Please land. Please land. Please land. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What the fuck? How the hell did that? Okay.
Real YouTubers use Groudon into Kyogre. This is week 2 of CBN Draft League.
Okay, so they lead Necrozma Basculegion as they go Groudon Raging Bolt. This Basculegion is Terra Water. Okay. Well, we probably switch this maybe. I think honestly I'm happy to just go for Pressby Blades. If it's Terra Water, like honestly, it's really vulnerable to just a Thunderclap here, I believe. But go for a just maybe try to kill the Necrozma. Yep, and they do switch it out. Okay, I probably will play without the damage calc. I think. Freezy Horse, is that Glastrier? It is Glastrier. If I'm able to kill this Necrozma right here, it would look very good for me. Anyways, yeah, sorry for the rushed intro. I've been awake since like 3 AM playing in a online tournament, and I managed to come 5th, which is pretty cool out of like 100 players, which is, please land, please land, please land. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. What the fuck? How the hell did that? Okay, that is one hell of a crazy Sugar Berry right there. Thunderbolt lock in. Yes, okay. I don't know if that crit mattered, but I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure, but that Glastrier is not looking too good there. This is probably Kyogre, right? It is Kyogre. I believe my opponent should probably be using Calm Mind Kyogre, I think. Anyways, they have this horse on the field, and I have a useless Ursaluna here. My Ursaluna is kind of useless. Honestly, I don't mind just sacking it. Let's just sack my Ursaluna. Screw it, right? Yeah, I think the Ursaluna is pretty much useless. Hold on, I need to be recording my kills and stuff. So Raging Bolt just got 1 kill. Okay. This Kyogre is gonna go for an Origin Pulse. It could be Wackenberry or it could be Assault Vest even. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna let the Ursaluna go down pretty much. So it's got 1 death, 1 kill. They go for high horsepower. Okay. We can pretty much just go back into Groudon, I believe. Like, I didn't really need my Ursaluna. Like, honestly, Groudon and Raging Bolt alone is just good enough for this matchup. They have Terrifire on this Glastrier, and they're probably gonna Terrifire here, actually. I think I'm gonna just go for a Thunder Punch to see if they're like Wackenberry, and just Thunderbolt into this. It could be Assault Vest though, right? It could be Assault Vest. So do I want to just focus on killing the horsey? Let's just kill the horse. I reckon we just kill the horse. Yeah, let's kill the horse, guys. Even if they have that in the back. Okay, they do switch Kyogre out. This is going into Basculegion now. Piranha. This shiny looks really cool. We go for a higher horsepower. We go for a Thunderbolt. And that's the 2nd kill for Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is kind of going ham right here. But with that being said, they do switch back into their own Kyogre. I think there's no reason. If they're Terra Water on the Basculegion, like, is there any downside to just like going for a Thunderclap? I mean, I guess like there's no reason not to just switch this in and just protect, right? Just like to scout to see what they're going for. Yeah, because they haven't terrored yet, and their only terror is on this Basculegion too, which is kind of interesting. And if things kind of go south, like I can always just Rage Powder with my Sinistra. But like I'm really tired right now. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep. I played in this massive tournament. Did pretty well. I'm gonna probably make a video about it as well. They do go for the Terra on the Basculegion here. I wonder like what their counterplay to Thunderclap is, because either they're Wackenberry on the Spastic Legion or like Assault Vest Sash. Like, I don't even know if like Assault Vest saves them here, just because of how ridiculously strong Magnet, Terra Electric, yeah, Aquajet, yeah. And I assume this is probably gonna be like Origin Pulse. Okay, I have a slight feeling, given how this Kyogre is, I don't know, it's playing very aggressively for a Pokemon that supposedly dives to my Raging Bolt. Let's go for a Rage Powder here. So the Basket Legion will go first, and honestly, what if I just switch into Groudon here? But I think I do need to probably kill that Basket Legion right there. Okay, let's Rage Powder, and let's go for a Thunderbolt. Oh, I don't like that play. I don't want them to go for Lost Respects either though, so let's go for a Rage Powder. Let's just go for like a Thunderbolt into you. Okay, go for a Rage Powder here. Let's see what the Basket Legion goes for. They go for an Aquajet, which is really good because I think I might live this. Actually, I don't know. Actually, yeah, okay, we do live it. I think that might be Sash Basket Legion based off that damage then. Okay, so Sinistcha goes down. Sinistcha is now 0-1. And we do get our Thunderbolt off. Let's see what item this Basket Legion is, or if we can tell at least. I think it's Sash. Oh, it's not Sash. I'm not sure what item that is. I don't think it's Mystic Water, based off the damage. It could be Assault Vest, and I may have just killed it through the Assault Vest. But it also only locked into one move, which was Aqua Jet. But they could be bluffing like a choice item, so yeah. Okay, this is looking pretty good though. I'm really interested in what this Kyogre set is. Let's just high horsepower. I've already revealed it anyways, right? Let's Thunderclap. Okay. I still think it's Calm Mind, but let's see if this kills. Oh my god, it just kills. Okay. Like, I was expecting like maybe some sort of counterplay, maybe like substitute Kyogre, maybe like Calm Mind Kyogre, maybe like Wackenberry or Assault Vest or something, but looks like the Raging Bolt just killed through it. Looks like we won't ever know. But to be fair, it was also smart in their end to like try and conceal as much info as you can. But you'll realize that it's really heavily geared towards stopping Zarude. Okay, they do lead Arcaludon and Kyogre. I think my Groudon should be slower. I made it. Oh, they're using minimum speed Kyogre. Wow. That's very interesting. That's very interesting indeed. How fast is my Groudon? My Raging Bolt is 98. My Groudon is 109. Okay. Here, I feel like we could probably go into you. We could also go into like, I probably just don't want to eat an Origin Pulse. I think we can just like always just go into Lugia because it just soaks up damage in general, and then we can just like protect here. We can just like see what they go for. I think they go for like a Dragon Pulse or a Joker Meteor into my Raging Bolt and go for like an Origin Pulse. I'm very curious as to what this Kyogre's set is because it's incredibly slow. It's like super slow, which is smart. I will give them that, but at the same time, it also makes you very vulnerable to like, because Kyogres usually don't want to eat like 2 Presby Blades. This is also Lugia's first appearance in a match, by the way. So shout out to Big Lugia. Go for an Origin Pulse here. This shouldn't do too much to my Lugia, I hope. Let's see, based on that damage, it did like 60. That's actually quite a lot. I think that might be. So they went for an Origin. Wait, I'll go to my calc. How much damage did my Lugia take? It took 45 plus. Oh, it took 58. Wait, what? How did it? What? Okay. I have no time to figure this out. Oh, it's because there's no ring. Okay. No, it's probably just, I don't even know what it is. Let's go back into Groudon now. And let's just Terra Electric and let's Thunderclap the Kyogre. They should probably switch the Kyogre out here, honestly. Okay, we go into our Groudon here. I'm not super scared of like a Dragon Pulse from this Archaludon. Let's see what they go for here. They do switch it out, which is nice. That's good. That's well played from their end. And they go into Basculesian. Okay. And what Terra is this Archaludon again? I forgot. It's Terra Bug. Okay, that's smart. Terra Bug is smart. Okay. I have to like respect. I think I just force out a Terra and then force in a Terra Bug. I also have Sinister in the back, so if like anything ever gets chipped, like it's not the end of the world. Like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's gonna do nothing. Yeah, that's absolutely nothing. Okay. Let's Press B Blades and let's Thunderclap. See if we can catch anything with that Press B Blades. Like when I saw this matchup, I was just like, yo, Groudon Raging Ball just puts in so much work against their team. Like especially with this Basculesian, now that I know that it's not like Sash or anything, I'm not too scared of it here, I think. Just simply because like I can just Thunderclap it. Obviously like it would be bad if it had Substitute or something maybe. They didn't Terrasilize either, which is interesting, and that just goes down. Alright, so that is a knockout for my Raging Bolt. Hooray. We will take those. We will take those. I should be paying attention to what's going on. Oh, and the Groudons might just kill the Archaludon. Oh, okay. I'll take it. I will take it. I will take those KOs. I will take it. Okay. They send out the Kyogre, and what else do they bring out here? The Freezy Horse. He got a horsey in the back, bro. He's got a horse in the back. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. It'll be funny if I just like Thunder Punch it and just like flex how I'm faster. Let's just switch into Lugia, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know here. What should we do? What should we do? Let's switch to Lugia. Let's just protect, man. Nah. Nah. What should I do? 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 I'm in a pretty good position here, obviously. I don't mind just sacking the Lugia. I think I'll just protect the Raging Ball. There's no real reason to like do something risky. If they have any like lost hidden tricks or hidden aces, like now is the time to show it, right? Like I'm probably assuming it's Calm Mind Kyogre. Alright, reveal Calm Mind in 3, 2, 1. Okay, no, it's Water Spout. Alright. What item is it? I'm so lost. I'm so lost. Okay, it does kill the Lugia. Was that a crit? No, it wasn't even a crit. Lugia's just bad. Lugia's falling off. Please don't click Swords Dance. Okay. Lugia is a 1. Hey, did what it needed to though. Just soak up some damage for me. And get Groudon back in. They haven't terrored yet as well, by the way. I haven't seen this Kyogre click a single Protect. So at this point, I'm just going to Thunderclap it, I think. I'm going to go for a Prediction, Terrify into the Glastrier, and I'm going to just Thunderclap the Kyogre. Okay, oh, they finally protected. Okay. I didn't see a single Protect for like the whole game. I was genuinely like wondering if it was like Assault Vest or something. Obviously it wouldn't be Assault Vest based on the damage, but okay, even if they Terrified, it wouldn't have mattered. That doesn't kill, right? Yeah. Oh, it's Life Orb. Wow, wowzers. Wowzers. I think I still gotta play it a little bit safe. I was playing a little bit risky there. We could Thunder Punch and just go for a Thunderclap, I think. Because, yeah, oh wow, they got a double protect. They might be bailed. They might be bailed here. I'm not gonna lie, they might be bailed. This is not too good. I don't like this. How do I make this stop? How do I make this stop? Okay, but they do take life orb chip, right? And that should put it in high horsepower range now. And importantly, yeah, I think that's in high horsepower range maybe. Plus, like, we have Sinistra too. And on top of that, Sinistra's just able to Macha Gacha. I think Sinistra might be able to win this endgame by itself. We do have Assault Vest Garden as well, so that's like really good into Kyogre. I think that the main punish if I do this is just if they protect on Glastrier. But even still, I think I might be able to like click some life juice with Sinistra. My Sinistra's like, yeah, okay, this is not looking great then. My Sinistra has like at least like do some damage into this Kyogre. Okay, that's not gonna do too much. I'm okay with that. Wait, are we speed tied? Wait, I'm so confused because my Groudon Sun went up first, right? Okay, don't miss. Okay, how much does this do? It probably won't do a lot. Yeah, can I get a burn at least? Okay, this is gonna be close now then. Did they not Terra? They didn't Terra, right? So I still have to high horsepower it. And I still have to Macha Gacha. Because I don't think this high horsepower kills. Yeah, exactly. That's not gonna kill. That's not gonna kill me. Okay, as long as I don't miss the Glastrier. Nice. Alright, sweet. And I think now I've wrapped it up. Yeah. Very interesting endgame. It was got a bit close there. But luckily we managed to, cause are we not speed tied? Cause how did their rain, what? Are we not, did they just get lucky and get speed? Okay. So what I'm confused about, right, is if you're not understanding like why I'm confused, is because when I led my Groudon and they led their Kyogre, my Groudon's Sun went up first and then their Kyogre's rain went up. But that doesn't make sense, because that's telling me that my Groudon is faster than the Kyogre. But for the last two turns, no, we are speed tie. I just wasn't paying attention. I think I just wasn't paying attention. Silly me. No reason not to trick him, right? Jeez. Nice. Okay, so Sinistra managed to get a kill there. Oh. That's interesting. GG's. Alright. That was an interesting match. Stay tuned for the post-game analysis. That will be coming up. Okay. We'll do a little post-game analysis, I think. Okay, so here's the matchup, right? My opponent has Kyogre, Necrozma, Duskmane, Magmar, Zarude, Glastrier, Archaludon, Illumise, Basculation, Wordia, and Godo. Obviously this is like a classic weather wall, right? And so typically, I played a lot of like Sword and Shield. I played a lot in the Sword and Shield era, and in the Sword and Shield era, like you'd usually think that Kyogre would have the advantage, right? But I've built my team in a way, because I have Raging Ball, it makes this matchup a lot more playable. If I didn't have this Raging Ball, like this Kyogre would honestly just maul my whole team. But I do have Raging Ball, which is really nice. And Raging Ball is mainly like my anti-Kyogre tech. So the way Sun versus Rain works is that if the rain is up, you're kind of cooked, because you want to try and like deny the rain as much as possible, even if it means like your Groudon's taking chip, your Groudon's taking damage, because otherwise with like the multipliers like Kyogre, Water Spout, Stab, plus I don't know, God knows if they're running like a Mystic Water or Splash Play in the rain, it's like the multipliers just stack up so much, there's just so much damage. And so Groudon Lugia is like kind of nice, because Lugia is like really specially bulky as well, which like in theory is nice into Kyogre, but in actual practice, because Lugia is pretty passive, so it doesn't end up like doing as well. The second restricted is Necrozma Duskmane, which I do have to respect as well. I can't just like ignore it, because if it runs like weakness policy and I like fire punch into it, activate its weakness policy, then I'm kind of cooked. So prepping for this matchup, I was kind of expecting them to not bring Magma and not bring Arcaludon. I didn't expect them to bring Magma because Flame Body just isn't super useful when I'm clicking Press B Blades, and my other physical attack is Entei, and like you're not getting Flame Body value out of that. I didn't think they'd bring Arcaludon because I have my own Sun set up, so that means they can't click Electro Shot, and the only value they're getting out of this Arcaludon here is pretty much just Dragon Pulsing or Draco Meteoring my Raging Bolt. And I felt like having just Arcaludon to like damage the Raging Bolt, it just like isn't really that worth it. So I didn't expect these two to come. In the end, both of them came. In fact, what I was really scared of was I was scared of these two Pokemon. The very interesting thing about this team is that whereas you might usually like expect rain teams to run a lot of heavy special attackers, like you think of Kyogre as this monster special attacker, and obviously you have Arcaludon on top of that as well. But actually, you have to respect this team's physical options a lot as well, like Necrozma, Zarude, Glastrier, and Basculesian. Going to prepping into this matchup, I was most scared about Zarude, because Zarude can Power Whip Groudon, it can knock off Lugia, it can Stomping Tantrum Raging Bolt, like knock off my item, it can Power Whip Ursaluna, it can knock off Entei for a ton of damage, and oh yeah, and Sacred Fire doesn't even kill Zarude as well in Rain, and no, not in Rain. Entei doesn't kill Zarude, just like neutral, and it can knock off my Sinistcha. So this thing just outputs so much damage. It's pretty fast. It can outspeed like most of my team, except for Lugia. So I'm forced to run like a really fast Lugia as well. So if you look at I would do a Poke Paste actually. Let's get the paste up. If you look at my team, I have a lot of tech that's built to like counter this Zarude. So for example, I have a lot of defense into my Groudon. I have a really fast Lugia. I have a lot of defense in my Raging Bolt. I have a lot of defense in my Entei. I have a lot of defense in my Ursaluna. And I have a ton of max defense of the Sinistcha. And so the idea behind like these defensive EVs is that Raging Bolt is able to live 2 Life Orb Stomping Tantrums. Entei is able to live 2 Life Orb knockoffs. Ursaluna I think was able to I think it might have been able to live a Power Whip, I'm not too sure. Sinistcha was able to, I think it was like to live a Choice Band Last Respects plus a Life Orb Zarude knockoff. And Groudon was to live a Life Orb Power Whip from Zarude. And so I was really careful about Zarude. In the end, it didn't come up because my opponent accidentally brought their team from last week, which is kind of unfortunate. It did kind of make sense given how I was really confused on a lot of plays. I was expecting for example, prepping for this matchup, I thought 100% my opponent would bring Carmine Kyogre, or Substitute or something. It just doesn't make any sense to run 3 attacks Kyogre with only Protect to beat Raging Bolt, because 9 times out of 10 I would just set the Sun up, I will Terra Electric, I will Thunderclap you, and you're dead because you can't Terra. So I was really expecting Calm Mind, but and just for it to not show up, yeah. I guess I'll talk about each Pokemon individually then. Okay, Groudon Assault Vest, okay? Groudon has two real options here. It can either use Citrus Berry, so the idea being that you switch in, you eat an Origin Pulse, you restore your health with Citrus Berry, and then you can eat another hit. I think that Assault Vest is just better. With Assault Vest, what it does is that it means that Origin Pulse from Kyogre does 50% to you. And so you live 2 Origin Pulses in the Sun, which is really good. Plus, you have Sinistra's Hospitality to heal your health up. In terms of moveset, you want Press B Blades because it's his strongest move. Fire Punch is to be able to hit Zarude and Necrozma and Glastrier. You don't want to run Heat Crash here because both of these Pokemon are really heavy. Thunder Punch is just like, in case I want to guarantee damage onto this Kyogre, and it's like, I don't want to risk missing or something. Probably could have like changed it to another move, maybe like Rock Tomb or something, I don't know. In high horsepower, like, usually like with Groudon you're only clicking these two moves, but with high horsepower it's just nice. Like, it's a single stab option that does more damage than Press B Blades if you factor in like spread move. I opted to make this 1 point below regular min speed, and turns out my opponent had the exact same idea, which is really funny. I think in this case though, usually you really want Kyogres to be faster than the Groudon, because Groudon can 1v1 Kyogre if it's faster. So Press B Blades does roughly like 50% into Kyogre, so if I Press B Blades twice, the Kyogre's dead, whereas the Kyogre can only get off one attack. And I guess like if it's got Rain Up, it's still like got the advantage, right? But usually it's like you want your Kyogre to be faster than the Groudon, not the other way around. Attack is just to hit the bump, and the investment was to deliver Power Whip from Zarude. Onto Lugia. Again, this is very catered to beat Zarude, because you have the weakness policy. So the interaction between knockoff weakness policy is if you have a Pokemon weak to knockoff and they knock off into you, I think the knockoff still does 97.5 damage, like base power damage, but it procs your weakness policy, right? And so you get a free weakness policy proc out of it. Plus Lugia is faster than it, so what I was hoping was that I would like lead like Lugia plus Entei, and then I'd hope that they knock off into my Lugia, and then it would proc my weakness policy, and I just do a ton of damage, and if I ever get low, I can just recover all my health back. I need it to be really fast. I didn't want it to make it like extremely offensive, because I feel like if it were to be offensive, the boost would come from the weakness policy itself, not from like its own special attack stat. And I just made it really bulky with 2d2 health. In terms of moveset, Tailwind is like pretty self-explanatory, because it allows like my other pieces to outspeed Zarude, which I was like really prepping for. Aerial Blast obviously is its best stab. Earth Power is to hit like Archaludon and his steel types and the Magmar as well. And Recover like is just generally nice, right? With Raging Bolt, I wanted this thing to like, this team is pretty electric weak if you look at it. Like, this is pretty weak to electric. This doesn't like eating electric attacks. This doesn't like eating electric attacks. Even though this resists it, it's like still pretty frail. This doesn't want to eat electric attacks. Obviously this can take it really well, but I didn't expect it to come. And like, I just feel like if I could just spam electric type moves into them, it's just good, right? So I opted for Magnet and Terra Electric just to do as much electric damage as I can. And so like Magnet, Terra Electric, Photosynthesis boosted, Thunderbolt, Thunderclap just does a ton of damage. And it did end up showing in the game, because like Raging Bolt ended up carried and doing a ton of work. I think it like 4-0'd in game 1. The bulk was to live 2 Life Orb Stomping Tantrums from Zarude, and I think the HP was like something like live Ice Beam from Kyogre. I'm not sure. I think it was just like I just dumped the rest into it. I forgot what the benchmark was, but obviously I just wanted it to like hit really hard and still be really bulky as well. Entei is a bit of a more interesting option. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to show it in the actual match, because if they brought Zarude, what Utility Umbrella does is it's just like a really good item into rain teams. So for example, right, Basculegion usually gets a 1.5 times multiply in the rain into my Entei, but then because I have Utility Umbrella, it essentially nullifies the effect of rain, in the sense that Basculegion doesn't get that 1.5 times boost in the rain. But what it also means is that by using Utility Umbrella, my Entei doesn't get a 1.5 times boost with my Sacred Fire in the sun. And so I was willing to make that trade, because 9 times out of 10 I'd just Terra Grass on the Entei, because they have what, 1, 2 really scary water type attackers that are always being brought, and like I can Terra Blast Grass. They don't have like any great ways to remove Entei immediately. If they brought Necrozma, I could burn it with Sacred Fire, because a lot of the time when your opponent sees an Entei on the field, they think that as long as you set the rain up, that the Entei is going to be useless. But with the utility Umbrella, like it's the opposite way around. Like Entei is just completely fine in the rain. It takes less damage from my opponent, and like I can ignore like the debuff from rain essentially. With Snarl is also just nice for like the Kyogre. The speed is to outspeed like max speed modest Kyogre. I didn't think they'd run Timid. I'm not sure if they did end up bringing Timid because they brought their week 1 prep. The bulk was to live 2 life orb knockoffs from Zarude, and obviously you have extreme speed to like pick up anything that's low. With my last 2 Pokemon, I didn't really feel like bringing Morgrim or any of these Pokemon here. Maybe I could have like done a Troll Weezing set maybe, but Morgrim, honestly thinking about it now, like Morgrim isn't too bad here. I think I just really wanted Ursaluna and Sinistcha for like a Trick Room mode. So I was thinking like if I could get Trick Room up, I could be like Sinistcha, try and get Trick Room up, and then I can have Ursaluna and Groudon in Trick Room, and that's like really scary for their team. Like even though Kyogre's like really specially bulky, like it definitely doesn't want to eat like a Terra Normal Life or Blood Moon, right? And obviously you have Groudon to like nullify the effects of Rain 2. Yeah, and so I guess like I have Life Orb. I think the bulk was to live like a Life Orb Power Whip from Zarude. Standard Ursaluna set, and the Sinistcha, nothing too crazy. Like I said before, I was willing to gamble that my opponent would lead more into the physical options as opposed to the Kyogre because of my Raging Bolt. Unfortunately, it didn't end up like paying off because they brought their week 1 prep. But it would have been interesting to see like what they would have brought there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much my week 2 match. I've got another video coming up pretty soon. It's gonna be about my Spear Pillar VGC tournament run. How I got placed in the top 5. But look forward to that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.